Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Vobes Show. Yay! It's another Vobes Show, the 30th of December 2019. We are nearly saying goodbye, dear, to 2019. And in today's show, I want to know what were your happiest memories of 2019 and what are you looking forward to in 2020. And we're also looking at predictions for the world. Will we all be up to our necks in water? Will the sea have come in? Will all the ice caps have melted? Or will nothing change? That's what we want to know in today's show. But first, what are your happiest memories of the show? Let's find out, not of the show, of your year in 2019. But let's find out who is out there watching live as we record this. We have the lovely Julia is out there. Linda Kane, said Julia. Rami Boo, hello Lisa. We have Francesco Bellringer. We have Joe Merchant. We have Frapke evening to you. We also have RG Gibb fan. Yes, sorry about that. I'm just trying to decode these things. And Andy Stacey, good evening to you. Welcome along to the last of the Vobe shows this year. We will be back on Wednesday, which will be the first of the new year. So in other words, we'll be back next year. With the lovely Julia, hopefully, which will be absolutely fantastic. Yes, I've got myself all spruced up today because it's the last show. I thought I'd better try something out. Thought I might try different jackets, different looks in the next few shows. Just something different to, sort of sex appeal. That's what they call it, isn't it? Sex. I've got to try and find the right sex appeal. This might not be the one. There may be something, like a Tarzan loincloth, which will be doing it. But whatever it is, we've got to attract more people to the show and make it all worthwhile. And that's what you need, apparently, is a little bit of sex appeal. I don't know how you get sex appeal. I'm hoping that you can get it in a bottle. And actually, in today's show, here is a bottle of sex appeal. I don't know if it can read that. Herbal medicine. There we are. This is to give you complete and utter sex appeal, apparently. It is actually my tincture. And I suddenly remembered that this was Kim Murden who gave me this. And she said, you've got to take 5 mils twice a day. So I'm going to take my 5 mils of my tincture. This is actually for the immune system. Where is it? Here it is. Look, bink, my tincture, little 5 mils of tincture there. And I need to add it to water. Take that and I should be a lot, gets rid of the cold. See, I don't particularly believe in these injections they give you. There we are. That's a bit of tincture. I know, somebody said it looked like whiskey before. The lovely Julia says, New Day show, yay! She's going to be here for the New Day's show, which will be fantastic. Mark Selwood says, you're looking very smart. Thank you very much. This is it. I must change my name on here to Paul, says R. Gibb fan. That would be good. Ed Loud, hello Ed. Hello everybody. Hope you're well. Hope you are well. Hope you're not still in hospital. Hope you've managed to get home for some of the Christmas period. Susie Q, hi all. How to doing there, Susie? Sorry, internet is lagging. Do apologise for that. I can't have any control over the internet. Joe Merchant says, top hat and tails. I do have a tailcoat. And a battered top hat. So maybe that's what I'll wear on one of those and see if it gives me sex appeal. You never know. Probably not, but, one's got to try these things. So that's all good. Dean Cooper says, hello to the viewers of the Vobe Show, which will be good. I'll switch back to my normal account, I think. If you're getting confused. Well, that's all right. Frag rap. I try and remember that no, hang on, you're not Paul. The other one was Paul. I'm getting confused. So what is the Tarzan reference, says the lovely Julia? Well, actually, that was just to put you off the scent, really. No Tarzan. I just said I was going to wear something different, maybe the Tarzan thing. But then at the last minute, I took off the hairy chest, I took off my loincloth, and I dressed up here in my... I just found this in the wardrobe, and I thought, oh, do you know, I haven't worn this for a long, long time. So, oh, look at that. There is even a little... can you see that? That is a stud, I think, that comes with it. Look at that. There we are. I think that goes across the buttons, doesn't it? I think that goes because it's not a cufflink, that one, because it's got the long chain on it. Actually, I've never seen that before. Anyway, that goes in that pocket. I just had a look in the pocket and thought, what's in there? What's in that pocket? So there we go. Can I have some tincture as I'm poorly? Yes, of course, Linda Kane. Here we go. Look. It's an acquired taste, actually. It's an acquired taste to help the immune system battle off all the nasty things. Mark Selwood is here. I'm having some orange appeal. Oh, very nice. Orange appeal. Yeah, chew on the orange appeal and all will be well. I don't actually need this keyboard here. That keyboard can go out the way because I don't really use the keyboard. Ed Loud says, yeah, he's still in the hospital. Oh, Ed, still in that hospital. Which hospital is it? We'll have to come and visit you. Which hospital are you in? We'll have to come and visit you in a big parade. That would be quite good, just to cheer you up a bit. Ooh la la, says Lisa Ramiboo. Ooh la la, ooh la la. Lovely Julia says, send more healing hugs to Grandad. Quite right. So we would I'm sending the healing hugs. Did you get any of that? Pasta Flaps says, hello, everybody. Happy New Year to you all. Happy New Year. Yes, we're almost there now. Edging very closely to it. Francisco Beira says, you told you that would get you confused. Yes, very confused I am all the time. We was spared from Richard's loins, says Mark Selwood. Yes, you were. You were spared greatly, actually. They're supposed to be sending Grandad home with me tonight. They don't expect him to recover, though. Oh, that's very sad. Let's hope that he sees at least to the end of the end of this year, and sometime into next year at the very least. Get into 2020. That will improve his vision. I'm sorry to hear that, Ed. That is very sad news. But just palliative care. Oh well, it is a downward slope, and I'm afraid that's what happened to my father with his illness. And you kind of actually, I tell you what, this is quite weird because when you actually know that there is no chance of recovery, it puts your mind in a different mindset. You have to accept the facts, and you kind of, I found that actually I was mourning my dad over a much longer period than when he finally did die. And it wasn't a shock. We knew that was going to happen. And of course, when it happened, it was very sad, but it wasn't, like some people get that mourning where they just can't cope with the situation. So in a way, I mean, it's not so good for the person, but for you kind of get used to this. You anticipate it, you know what's going to happen, and then you can deal with it, I think, better at the other end. But, in the meantime, of course, we're all sending our prayers to you. I just had a ping on my thing on my phone. I think that's 8 minutes late telling me that I'm live. That's good, isn't it? Mark Selwood says, I agree with Richard. Wouldn't be out of place in the Overlook Hotel. In the Overlook Hotel. I wonder where that is. Leftover Christmas trifle just arrived. 200th consecutive day. When will it end? 200 consecutive day of what? You look like a bartender of the 1950s. What can I get you? Whatever you want to order, let me know. I'm back to my normal account. Fragrap is one of my initials. Oh, I see, Francesca Bellringer. I didn't realise it was you. Joe Merchant says they always swear by good honey for all ailments. You've got to find the good honey, and I think you've got to have it local, isn't it? Bees, it's got to be local bees from the local community. So they're doing a community service, actually, is what they're actually doing. Julia says, joining in with wiggle fingers and sending healing Vobes from Vibes. There we are, a bit of healing Vobes. Jeff Kellison says he's sorry for Ed and sending some hearts and love and all of that, which is marvellous. Thanks. Nice to see you out there, Jeff. I'm thinking it looks to be the right place. Oh, I read that. Oh, Grand Central Terminal. That's a train station, isn't it? Yes, get your tickets here. Tickets, please. Get on the ticket stand now. Come on, man. All aboard. Stand by. We're going to be going. That's it. Come on, dear. Get on board. That's it. With all that luggage. Now, where you going? Hollywood? That's it. Where you going now? No, keep the children back, please. That's it. No playing. Ed says, so true, Richard. Same here. The morning is over in a way. I remember your videos with your father. They were able to help me. I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased that was. I mean, I did wonder whether to leave my videos of my dad up actually after he died, but I thought people got something from it. Although I have had people send me messages saying, "Oh, I hope all is well with your dad," and then I've had to say, "No, I'm ever so sorry. He's no longer with us." But, that's the way it is. Ernie Samat says, tally-ho, Richard, you're all tickety-boo, good looking, got a tie on. Yes, I haven't actually done my collar up with the button because I'd be up here because it's so squeaky, isn't it? There we are, I'll just tie it up, just a gnat's knicker leg. Robert Croser says, very smart, look like a pantomime dame. Thanks, mate, thanks for that. And Nikki Jess says, hello, Happy New Year. Joe Merchant says, on the bee subject, I saw a programme where they use bee stings venom to cure MS, multiple sclerosis. So if you've got multiple sclerosis, get some bees up the old bottom and you'll be fine. On today's show, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be sampling some Christmas fruit tazine from the lovely Tea and Coffee, the Kent and Sussex Tea and Coffee Company. This is Christmas fruit tazine, I have you know. It was very kind of the lovely people there, Mr. Richard Smith, who sent in a big package of stuff. I've shoved them out the way. A whole load of teas for me to have as a Christmas present for coming in and doing the videos that I did earlier in the year. And I thought, well, no, it's a bloody cup. I've just told you. How many times I got to tell you that it's a cup? I've been brewing the tazine, just hot water. Doesn't need any sugar, doesn't need any milk, doesn't need anything other than a cup. Unfortunately, this lovely, I've had this for donkey's years, this. Unfortunately, it's got a split or a crack. It's got a little crack down the side here. It's a bit like me, it's cracked. And I need to buy another one. So I need to get hold of another one of these for the tea tasting. But for the moment, lovely and hot. It's I don't know what that's doing here. So we're going to pour out some of this lovely fine tea and I'll tell you what it's like. At the moment, you can see it's got a lovely pink colour. This is, what did I say it was? Christmas fruit tazine. So, the reason it's got Christmas is because it has got that Christmassy smell. Let's have a look. Let's see what it says. A really exotic fruit tazine with all the flavours and tastes of Christmas. The Christmas tea tazine has an appearance of pot puree. That's what it does look like, actually. Has a wonderful aroma with a powerful spicy tastes. Let's get to the ingredients because they're the important thing. Says it includes hibiscus, rosehip shells, apple pieces, orange peel. So Mark Selwood, he was peeling an orange earlier. Clove oil to make a very festive flavour. This tea could be perfect on the cold nights. Well, it's a cold night here, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to enjoy a little bit of this. Let's have a look at the colour in the pan. Here we are. We'll go back to the special portable. The second camera operator happens to be me. There it is. Look at that. Oh, isn't that nice? That looks lovely. The bit floating on there, that's a bogey. Just came out my nose. No, don't be silly. It's not a bogey. That was a silly expression. So we're going to try that now, ladies and gentlemen, and see what you can think of to say whilst I do it. I didn't mean to swallow that. It went straight down the old neck. Actually, this is the same colour. You can't see it here. Can you see that? Hang on. If I do that. No. Which way? It's the same colour as my burgundy waistcoat. It's quite interesting, that, isn't it? Not to anybody particularly, but to me it is. Oh, do you know that has got? It's the cloves, isn't it? It's the cloves that do it. The clove oil in there that gives it that Christmassy taste. But I can taste the apple and the orange and the hibiscus. Oh, I love these tazines. Absolutely love them. And this is a perfect sort of pot for them because you can fill up that pot and you can get like 3 cups. And what I tend to do now is I sit there when I'm reading my books by the fireside. I have that full up and it does me for the evening. It's absolutely lovely. And then, at some point I fall asleep. The book falls on the floor. The page turns over. I can't remember where I was. So I've got to start all over again. Robert Croser says that you'd make an excellent dame. Thanks very much. Oh, blimey. Thank you very much, dear. Mark Selwood is saying hello to Nikki. Hello, Nikki. It's an A teacup. An A teacup. Francesco says a teapot. Isn't that what I said? A teapot? Francisco says it's a bit like that awful bell at the San Marino, which is cracked. Do you mean the Liberty Bell? Is that the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia that's cracked? They've got a cracked bell, haven't they? Joe Merchant says, oh, sounds lovely. It is lovely, actually. It is absolutely lovely. I'd recommend the Sussex, bit of free advertising. They didn't pay me to say this either. But the Sussex and the Kent and Sussex Tea Company, definitely worth having a look on their website. Just put Kent and Sussex Tea into a search engine and you'll find it. Lara says, hello.
Sorry I'm late. Sorry, I got a note from the doctor. It said that it's my rheumatism. I can't find my tisms in my room anymore, so I don't know where you are. I've been looking for you ages and ages, but it's all of a tizzy wizzy. Tizzy wizzy, let's get busy. Watch the Vobes, 'cause he's busy. Yeah.
Sorry, Lara. Marriott Genealogy says the Wicking Centre University of Tasmania runs several free courses online. Hello. Understanding dementia, preventing dementia, and understanding multiple sclerosis. It's a bit late for my father, I'm afraid, but it might not be too late for me. I listened to a programme on BBC Radio 4 the other day, and it was talking about the taxi drivers who keep a mental map in London. They do something called the knowledge, and they have to try and remember all the streets in London. And this is supposed to be very good for the old hippocampus, which isn't a university place, but it's actually, or somewhere in Africa where the hippos happen to be sort of lolling about. It is actually something in the brain. In the brain. Yes, in the brain. In the brain. Yes, calm down. And apparently, if you use a sat-nav, you are likely to get dementia because you're not using your brain. You need to have a pictorial memory of places you've been to and things associated with it, which helps grow the hippocampus. Video games, apparently, are also very bad for the hippocampus because you're being directed all the time and you're being passive. You need to be active in these things. So if you are somebody who plays video games, it could possibly lead to dementia. That's what they were saying on the BBC Radio 4. So that was my BBC voice. Did you like that? And now on BBC Radio 4, programme for older listeners, Syrup on Sunday, where we give you a big spoon of lovely golden syrup. You can try it today. If you go into your supermarket, you may find there is a big bowl of syrup near the fondue centre. So there were. BBC Radio 4. Robert Croser says, I have a friend request off Lara. Oh, do you? Fair enough. Mark Selwood says, I'm glad I missed that, which is what? Mark Selwood, you may have to say that again. I want to hear his reaction. What reaction was that? I didn't see it, Mark. What was the reaction? I want to see his reaction. All right. I want to see his reaction. Al says, hello, AB rather, AB, hello AB. AB says, can we get a weather report from Worthing, please? Yes, you certainly can. This morning, the weather in Worthing. We now go straight over to our weather predictor in Worthing, Mr. John Worthington Worthing. Over to you, John.
Oh, thank you very much indeed. Well, I'll tell you about the weather in Worthing. We have a very cold front coming in. Oh, that's the sea. Well, never mind the sea on the front there. It was misty earlier today. We had a rolling of mist that came in from the seaside. It sort of lingered rather longly in the town, and then it climbed up over the South Downs in a particularly gross way, rising to the summit and then rolling down, cascading almost to the other side, which was rather appalling for all those poor people who were navigating without their headlights on. Anyway, the mist carried on northwards and completely covered like a cloud of cotton wool the wheels. It was quite terrible, really. However, as the day progressed, the sun did shine and burned it all off, leaving steam trails everywhere. And just a moment, I just need to have a slight break because my throat is so constricted now. I have lockjaw. Much better, thank you.
So yes, actually, what happened with the weather today was that we had misty. I went out filming today for tomorrow's video, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow's video, and it was misty. And then when I got back about lunchtime to have a bit of a nosh, tasty. The sun came out. The sun came out. And I was cursing. You, why, you? And now it went overcast and it's just sort of miserable out there and cold and dark. Very dark. So there we are. Dean Cooper says that it looks lovely tea. Yes, it is lovely tea. Bellringer says, AB, the weather app. AB, good BBC weather. Then put in your location. Oh, yes, just go. Is the hippo, not the hippocampus, Richard, says Robert Crowset, the hypothalamus. Where's the hippocampus then? Where's the hippocampus? Ed, they got it wrong then. They were telling us the wrong thing. Ed Loud says, living with my granddad for 14 years, I've been thinking for 2, that's the way the brain training I ever need. Ah, bless. Not quite sure I understand. I still got an IQ of a deep-fried Mars bar. Oh, nice. I wonder what the IQ is of a deep-fried Mars bar. Maybe we should try and have a look into that. Yeah, just have a little... Oh, they do that up in Scotland, don't they? A lot of the deep-fried Mars bars. I can't do. Yeah, having a deep-fried Mars bar, Jimmy. My name is not Jimmy.
Okay, whatever your name is, are you having one? What am I doing with my hand here, I wonder? I'm holding... This is the little metal tray with the... Anyway, we put the Mars bar into the gloopy stuff to make it deep fried and stunned in the batter. It's the batter, you see. Oh, hi, ha, ha, hee. Chuck it into there and...
We'll have to wait a few minutes whilst we get the deep-fried thing. It takes a little bit of time.
Oh, I know, you mustn't wait, Jimmy, because otherwise the Mars bar will melt. It'll be your big doomed, Captain Mannering. You'll be doomed with your metal tinned and whatever the bloody thing is I've just marsed. Oh, whatever it is.
Rammy Boot says, what's in that tincture? Yes, what's in that tincture? Well, that's the question I should have asked the lovely Kim, who just got a whole load of other brown bottles off her shelf and went,
oh, Richard, what you need is a bit of this and a bit of that and a bit of that and oh, I don't know, some of this and some of...
She didn't actually have a high-pitched voice like that, but I can't do that. Jeff Kellerson's been watching a documentary on Worthing Pier. Can you see where they blew the hole in it to keep the Nazis from invading? Oh, yes, they still have a man on the middle of the pier, actually. They still have a man there now, dressed in a Tommy outfit, you know, British soldier, going, I say there, friend or foe, get off, you. No, you, we won't have no Nazis here, thank you. Get off, you, friend or foe. I'm warning you, get off. We still have him. He's still there. But you can't actually see where they blew the hole in, luckily. Linda Kane is going, strange fella. He is a strange fella. Nigel Sadler says, tomorrow's my birthday. I hope you've all remembered. Well, we have remembered. And here is a song to reflect your birthday, Mr. Nigel Sadler. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to Nigel. Talking of the Second World War and Nigel Sadler, we can now go to a bit of Nigel Sadler talking to us near a pillbox. I'm sure you'd like to see that, so here it is.
Hello, I'm Nigel Sadler and I'm doing another report, and this one is about pillboxes here in Tonbridge. When we had the new science centre built at Tonbridge, we discovered this, lost in the trees. It's a pillbox, designed to overlook the High Street and down towards Great Bridge and the river. You can see inside. It's quite small, but it looks in both directions, both up and down the High Street. And the curious thing is that the stop lines in these pillboxes were designed by a chap called Ironside, and Ironside happened to be an old boy here at Tonbridge School. Here's a little bit of information about Pillbox. During the recent renovation of the Science Building, a World War II pillbox was uncovered in 2018. Tonbridge was one of Kent's 6 Category A nodal points or fortress towns which were defended by the British Army and the Home Guard to prevent invaders advancing to London. And General William Edmund Ironside was here in 1893 to 96, and he was the instigator of the original GHQ line of defences that ran along the Medway River at Tonbridge and was generally known as the Ironside line. So there we go, a little bit of history. That's our new Science Centre. Merry Christmas.
So there we are, that was the wonderful Nigel Sadler. Happy birthday to you for tomorrow, talking about his Ironside pillbox, which I have to say is a remarkable thing if you can find one. Do you remember the Ironside? Was it Perry Mason who played Ironside back in the day, in the 70s or even the 60s? Yeah, there we go. That was
Ironside, eh? Ironside. I'll tell you who the killer is. Just wheel me up the tramp, would you? Hey, come back, you killer. I'll get you. Hey,
There was a good action. I mean, Ironside, he could have been James Bond, couldn't they? They could have got Perry Mason with 2 broken legs as 007, or there'll be 00 wheels. You could have the wheels as the 00s, couldn't it? And 7, I don't know where the 7 comes in, but they'll be here, down the lamp, down, and you see him chasing around, and every now and again, his wheelchair would have all these special gadgets, rockets that could be fired off. And then suddenly, you get the old retro thrusters coming on. Ironside, yes. Does anyone sing the tune to Ironside? I used to be able to sing the tune to Ironside, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. Dean Cooper says, fantastic voices there of Sir Vobes. There was glorious sunshine all over Little Hampton this morning. I was in it and I was enjoying it very much. Good for you. Francesco says, Richard, I hate to have to say this. You could easily be mistaken for an elderly lady if you were heard on the radio or a podcast like that. You don't have to hate to say it. You love saying it. I know. He says also, I can't go back 10 minutes. I'm sorry. It says Tonbridge, not Tunbridge, Tonbridge. Come walk with me. Hello, come walk with me. He says, pillbox, I see no medicine in it. No, we don't take pills anymore. We take tincture. That's what we need. Ask your teacher for some tincture. So there we go. Robert Croesus says, Nigel Sadler getting about lately. He is, and he's on the show. We also have Kevin here. Just trying to see if Kevin is actually out there. I don't think Kevin is out there watching. But there we are. Mark Selber says, apparently Worthing had a high concentration of Nazi sympathisers during the war. Not my words, but a Laurence Olivier. Or was it Berlin? I think it was Berlin. I think Berlin had a lot of Nazi synthesizers. The nasty synthesizers were all in Berlin. That's where they were. Raymond Burr, oh yes, Raymond Burr. Perry Mason was the name of a character, wasn't it? Wasn't that the name of the... Raymond Burr played both. That's right. I was getting confused. Thank you very much. Les Jarvis. Hello, Les. Lovely to see you. Thanks for popping in. Mark Selwood says, are you doing anything special to Nigel? I'm sure he'll be celebrating his birthday. 83. It's amazing. It's all those special diets that his wife gets him on. Jeff Kellison says he was he was excellent in the first Godzilla movie. Who? Raymond Burr.
Raymond Burr. Godzilla, I'll get you, Godzilla. You come over here now. Oh, holy crap. Help.
Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. He wasn't always in a wheelchair, was he? Sometimes he was the Incredible Crutch. Yes, he used to...
Don't get me angry. You won't like it when I'm angry.
in which case that Raymond Burr went bright green, turned into this huge bulk of a bloke with enormous crutches. Yes, he's played a lot of different characters, you might think, actually. He was also Margaret Rutherford's stand-in as Miss Marple, only he was Miss My leg's fallen off, Paul. I can't think of a joke for that. Linda Kane says black shirts in Worthing. Oswald Mosley. We also had the Bonfire Boys in Worthing, you might remember. They used to hang out in the pub just down the road from me called the Castle Tavern, planning how they were going to burn the town down on bonfire night. Nigel Sadler says going to the Design Museum, which is in London on the South Bank, if I remember rightly. I have actually been to the Design Museum many years ago to perform. I was juggling or cycling or miming or something. I can't remember. Robert Croser says Kevin's busy today. Is he busy today? He's probably walking the plank somewhere. Oswald Mosley came to Worthing, apparently. Yes, Oswald Mosley. It's a funny name, isn't it? You often think, who when you get these people with these names that just, it's not like Tom Brown or anything like that. Oswald Mosley. And now we're gathered to give this child a christening. What is the name of the child gathered here?
What is it, Ernest?
Oh, Barbara, what did we agree on?
Oh, Ernest, you must remember what we were going to call our lovely baby child, this lovely splendid boy, splashering around in that metalized stone font with the lead lining. You must remember, Ernest.
I'm trying to remember, darling, but I just, was it, and I must rush you, Mr. and Mrs. Mosley. We have other people waiting. They have Mr. and Mrs. Hitler behind us. They have already chosen their name.
Oh, I wonder what name have you chosen, Mr. and Mrs. Hitler? What? Really? Oh, I don't think that'll catch on. You mark my words, after your son with a name like that, no one will be named with that first name. Now then, what was it, Ernest?
I told you, dear. Oh, I remember. Oswald.
Oh, yes, that's right. Oswald. A very common name, of course. We'll call him Oswald.
I mean, who calls their son Oswald? Where the hell does Oswald come from?
Oh, Oswald, a very, very old name, We were thinking of Trevor.
Trevor's a very nice name.
Oh, well, we were thinking of it, but no, Oswald is less conspicuous.
Yes. In that case, I name this child Oswald. Can you imagine that? Who, what, you know what I mean? Nigel Sadler has said some words. Marvin, says Jeff Kellerson. Marvin, glad you are okay after the shooting. What's happened to Marvin? Has he had his leg chopped off or something? The design machine is now the design machine. Oh, it used to be the design centre, if I remember rightly. It's now in Kensington in the old Commonwealth Institute. Oh, yes. You see, perhaps the place it was in some sort of concrete 1960s South Bank place before, I seem to remember, just off the embankment. Hello, Marvin from Florida. Hello, Marvin. I missed Marvin come in. Hello, Marvin from Florida. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing good things. Do tell your friends about the show. Very important that you do that. Kevin's Ramble says, hey, Kevin is in. Kevin is in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, one moment, please.
Kevin is in the house. Kevin is in the house.
We ought to get some bells and whistles in here so that we can ring the bells and blow the whistles. It's hard to blow the bells and ring the whistles, so that's why we do it in that order. Evening, Kevin. Now, those of you who don't know who... Hello, Richard. Kevin here. Who Kevin is. Let us go and have a look and see if we can... hang on a minute. Let us go and see if we can find the amazing Kevin. There he is. Did you see him? This is the amazing Kevin. That's him. Waiting with bated breasts. Yes, both of them. Boasted. Anyway, he's also got the lovely Cynthia. Look, there they are. Look, they're waiting. They're waiting for their starring role in tonight's show. They're going to do a hillbilly dance routine. It's very entertaining. Kevin will be dressed in a pink tutu, and Cynthia will be in a lampshade. And it'll be a very sort of romantic thing with swirling mist and confetti coming down, with the bells of Francesco Bellringer. Ding, bong, ding, doing, doing, doing. Sometimes the poor old bells, they do have a bit of a thing. Shall we see what they're up to? Let's see what they're up to. They're internationally famous, you know.
Hi Richard, this is Kevin and that's Cynthia.
Hi.
We are on Blackdown. Day after Boxing Day, trying to get rid of the excess of alcohol, particularly from Cynthia's side. Alcohol from me, very minimal. Food, very minimal for me. Excessive for Cynthia.
No.
But it's not bad actually out here, but we're finding, the weird thing is, lots of holly trees, but the leaves are falling. And we're standing in silver birch, holly, everything. But there's masses and masses of holly leaves falling, which we've never seen before. But they're not brown, they're green leaves. So, yeah, but it's very misty up in the trees up there. Can you see anything behind me? Hang on, let me just go around that way. Tilt the camera up, you might be able to see, or the phone up, you might be able to see the mist in the distance. Anyway, we're going to press on, because we're lost.
Yes.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Anyway, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
There we are, the wonderful Kevin and Cynthia. And we wish you a very lovely new year when you get out of... Well, you obviously must have got out of there because you were stuck in there. Thanks for sending that in. Now, if you'd like to send in a moment of your life, we would like to see a moment of your life here shared with all the many thousands of people that tune into this show. Because obviously this is a must-be-seen show by the rich and famous. You may think that, it's just one of these many millions of YouTube shows that just goes out. But actually, I can tell you, the rich and famous, the elite of the world, tune in to the Vobes show. And if they don't tune into the Vobes show, well, they're missing something. So if you'd like your moment of fame on the Vobes show, all you need to do is grab hold of your telephone. The old candlestick phones, not so good for this, but these modern contraptions like this one's got the time on it, you see. Have you got the time? Yes, mate, I have. Good. If you've got one of these, then take it out, make a little film of about a minute or two, something like that. No, not too long, about a minute. Minute's about enough as we can stand. And hold it vertically, horizontally, not vertically, like this, and say whatever you've got to say. This is what you're up to. A bit of, doesn't come. As you can see from the contributors that we've had, it really doesn't need to be anything special. Just a little bit of, hello, Richard, I'm changing the tyre on my car. Hello, Richard, I'm washing up my son's dishes. Hello, Richard, I'm changing a nappy. Whatever it may be. If it's your own nappy, maybe don't send it. So that will be it. So do send it to me, richard@vobes.com. And you can send it via wetransfer.com is always good. Richard says, I sent Vobie cornbread mix this morning. Can't imagine a cold winter day without cornbread mix. Marvin said that he was cooking the black-eyed peas. I don't know if the band is very happy about that, but cornbread does sound very nice. We're going to make up some cornbread as soon as it arrives. Patrick Rose says, good one, Kevin. Thank you very much. D for Bricks says, ha, ha, ha. He's very good at that. Happy New Year. Robert Croser says, I sent one. I haven't got it. I haven't seen it. Where is it, Robert? I've not seen yours. Barbara Charles says, is Cynthia Kevin's other half, wife, or mistress? Well, that is a question for which I cannot tell you the answer, for you would have to work it out for yourself. Otherwise, I should get a good slapping all round. Kevin says that there was 2 Richards. Did you get the second one? No, I didn't get the second. I just got that one. That's all I saw. I scrolled down to see if there was a second one, but that's all there was. So presumably, you never got out. Come walk with me. Really, why don't these famous people comment? I don't know why they don't comment. They don't like you to know, you see. They do. They spy on us. That's what they do. Walls have ears. And trumpets of blowholes, apparently. Dean Cooper says, Jeff, the customs at Heathrow will tear the packet apart. Let's hope they don't. Well, we know that they've already smashed up a glass teapot that Jeff sent. on the basis of we don't want no Americans sending us our national drinking vessel from America. So Jeff very kindly sent a lovely glass Pyrex coffee pot and a teapot, and the coffee pot came unscathed, but the teapot, and I blame the customs men for that. Andrew Norris is out there. He's saying, I love Pillboxes. A great location and great to see that it was rediscovered. Thanks for that, Nigel. There we are. We all got to get out. If we could get 101 people in a Pillbox, wouldn't that be fun? If we could get the whole of the Bold Explorer walking group stuffed into a Pillbox, that would be something to behold. Certainly would. Hang on, I just need to have another slurp of this tea. Robert Croser says Cynthia's, Kevin's, Julia's, whatever that means. Yes, they're their on-screen partnership is what it is. Just as Julia and I, we have this. People often say, "Oh, is Julia your wife?" And no, and I said, "No, your partner." They often say that on YouTube. It makes me laugh. They say, "Is Julia your partner?" The other day, somebody said, "Is Julia your life partner?" And it's great fun because I just say, no, she's my on-screen partner. It sort of makes this poor, lonely, single man sitting here that you see hoveling before you feel that he's attached somewhere, even though he's not actually. But anyway, it's nice. It's nice that people think that. There's obviously a chemistry, you see, that goes with the territory. And it's lovely to see Kevin and Cynthia, who are great buddies, going out there, strolling along, enjoying the countryside and doing all those things that come naturally. So Kevin says that Mark and I have only been here 10 minutes. Of course, Mark and Nikki, on the other hand, they are the original Bald Explorer, what should we call it, romance. It blossomed in the Bald Explorer group. They did actually know each other, and then they joined the group, and suddenly the hearts flew, and Mark and Nikki have never stopped ever since, which is quite funny. Patrick Rose says, don't talk to me about customs. Most of them can't read. They keep charging me well over the top. They charge, yes, poor old Jeff has had to cough up a fortune when stuff came through. Ramy Boo says, love the cornbread, but black-eyed peas is something you'll never really hear about here on the West Coast. Why is that then? The black-eyed peas. Is it something you don't like? We have a custom, I think, in Lancashire, where one of my, IB, his name is, one of my older viewers, he did send me some of these peas. I don't know if they were black-eyed peas. They do something to them. They roast them, or they boil them, or they do something to them, and then they add vinegar and salt, and they're very nice. The lovely Richard Suggett is out there. He says, hang on, I've only just got an alert that you were live. They've come with the defibs. And I was just lying there like this. And they came in. And I'm only just alive, Richard. I'm only just... The previous bit was some stuff that I'd recorded earlier in the day, just in case I pegged out. So that's it. David Brick says, Richard suggest. Richard suggest. Yes, suggest something, Richard. I think he means Suggett. Don't we bloody know it, Mark? Says Robert Croser. Customs or custards? Well, I think they've probably got the same amount of intelligence and just as thick skins. So that's quite good. Ramibo says, hello, Richard S. Hello, Richard. Mark says, me and Nikki need to get back to making our videos instead of goofing about in front of the screen. It's beautiful, isn't it? You've got to, Mark, get your helicopter thing up in the air. Today would have been a perfect day to get my helicopter thing up in the air. I've got to get my act together, stick the wings on. It's a bit like Blue Bottles. Only when the drone arrived, it came wingless. And you have to actually stick the wings on yourself. It's the opposite to what kids do. You know, the kids grab hold of daddy long legs and things, and they pull the legs off and they pull the wings off. You kind of do this in reverse. You've got to stick them on. I need to get my license and do the test and then go out, because some of the lovely scenery at the moment would be good to capture. So I've got this lovely chap up where's Chester? Not Chesterfield, in Cheshire. Cheshire. Thanks for that. Yeah, thanks for helping me along with that one. Cheshire. who's going to help me fly the drone, but I may have a sneaky little go beforehand. Veg Grower says, in my potting shed. He's in your podding shed at the moment. Didn't know you had a podding shed. What do you do in your podding shed? Do you have puddings in your podding shed? Mark says, me and Richard need to get back out together. The old team back together. Yes, Mark, I'm waiting for you to come over to stay. Or I could come back down to Cornwall. Should we do some winter Cornwall ones? Have you got any time off in, say, February? Got any time off in February? We could do some stuff together in February. I'll book an Airbnb and we'll go and do some stuff. What do you think? What do you think? Give me a positive yes. I'll bring my drone down. Bring the old crone. I mean the drone. That would be good. Robert says, I'll pop down with a blue shirt on, Mark. A blue shirt. Okay, fair enough. Not sure what that means, but there we go. So Rami Boo says, don't know why, just something you don't hear folk eating in New Year's in Oregon or Washington for good luck. Do they eat them at other times of the year? Kevin says, hello, Mr. Suggett. What's growing? Yeah, what is growing this time of year? I mean, Brussels sprouts, presumably, because everybody's had Christmas at Brussels sprouts. Parsnips, I assume, parsnips. Robert says it's beans. His beans are struggling. Oh, did we ever hear whatever happened to that beans that Dave Ford came up with? He came up with. We never found out, did we? Did we ever find out who had the longest bean? Linda Kane says we never did find out. Oh yeah, there we go. She's saying exactly the same as I did. Very well. Mark, yes, February. There we are. I'll come down in February. I think that would be perfect. We'll. How many days can we get together? Can we get another 4 days in? 4 days with the Selwood. That would be fun. Excuse me.
Excuse me. Opportunity knocks.
Speaking of puddings, I was hoping that you and Julia would do a cooking show for Christmas and make one. Yeah, we were hoping to do that, but of course all these puddings and stuff you've got to make about 20 years before you get them. But we will do, we're going to make this Mardi Gras cake. We're going to make Mardi Gras cake, and we're going to make this other one that Jeff was just talking about that is sent. Maybe that's the same thing. I can't remember. A bigger drone, and you can fly from location to location. That would be the thing to do, wouldn't it? All I need, let me just see if Jeff is listening. Jeff, what I really need is a Microlight. I'll sow the seed. He's our #1 patron at the moment. Jeff is so generous. I hesitate to say anything that I need. But Microlight, just in case that suddenly...
Excuse me, mate, got a parcel for you.
Oh, parcel for me?
Oh, yes, it's just on the van. I wonder if you'd give me a bit of a hand with it.
Yes, of course I'll give you a hand. Blimey, that's a big parcel, isn't it?
Yes, mate. It says it's light work.
Light work? I don't know about that.
Yeah, just give it in it.
What is it? It looks like a bit of a go-kart.
Yeah, I don't know that it's a go-kart, mate. It's got a wing on it.
Wing?
That's right, mate. Yeah, you're going to get it off the van for me.
I'm getting it off the van now. Oh, blimey. Let's unwrap it, see what's inside it. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, it's a Microlight, mate.
Microlight.
Microlight.
You never know. You never know. A Microlight may turn up. That way I could get the aerial shots. I could just zoom about, land on the different places. I wouldn't have to do all that terrible walking and put my back out and my legs and all that. Just fly about with a lawnmower engine in the back. Hello, it's Richard Vobes here. That's the Star Trek, the Star Wars sound again. By the way, we were doing Superman before, weren't we? And we got it. We worked it out. The lovely Julia worked it out. Dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Something like that, anyway. How about Little Nellie? What about Little Nellie? Nigel Sadler. Little Nellie. Oh, do you mean Bertha? Not Bertha. What do we call her? Belly? No, Nellie. What was the little... I can't remember what you call it. Yeah, it's next door to Julia. I'll be there a day or two. I don't know. A toy is a toy. Sprouts, Jerusalem, something that's just gone off the screen. What cabbage is goid to grow generally easy? Okay, fair dues. Julia says the coast of Northumberland. I have requested a little series with Cheryl. Yes, we'll go up there. Get your kit together and we'll go up to Northumberland as well. See the lovely Cheryl. That would be fantastic. What about a Spitfire, says Patrick Rose. Well, yes, of course, a Spitfire. That would be even better. Jeff, are you listening? Spitfire. That would be fantastic. Anyone tell me what that theme is from? Yes, I'm sure you'll know. I don't know that is actually anything to do with Spitfires, actually, that one. The other one is the Battle. Who can sing the Battle of Britain theme? Rocket Backpack is more Richard Sutton. That would be great. That would be rather fantastic. Jeff Killerson says, I've got a porcelain baby Jesus for Vobes to do the King's Cake for the Mardi Gras. A baby Jesus. That's there's a song, isn't there, about a baby Jesus? I used to know the song. Hang on a minute, I can't remember how it goes. Hang on, let's come back to the show here. Oh, hang on, no, get off. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. What's that song about baby? I used to keep singing it all the time. All I want, I can't remember the words. It's something about a baby Jesus on the back seat of my car. Can anyone tell me the lyrics to that? I don't care if it rains. Oh, here we go. I don't care if it rains or freezes, long as I got my baby Jesus sitting on the back seat of the car. Where's that from? That's a sort of an earworm that I've got. I've no idea where I got that from, but anyway, a tank would be a good way to get around. No more traffic, says Come With Me. Blimey, gonna need a whole huge hangar to put all this stuff in. Yes, Robert, that Garden of the Death. I'm not quite sure. Oh, the Dam Busters. Dam Busters was no, it wasn't the Dam Busters. No, it wasn't the Dam Busters. Dam Busters is the Dam Busters. You got me now. The Dam Busters is no, hang on. I'm getting the Dam Busters. Just a minute. I mean, I know you're all singing it now, aren't you? It starts off with that sort of funny, jolly. Oh, I had it. I couldn't get it out of my head. I've got to do that all over again now. It's funny, I can hear it, but I can't bring it to my mouth. Oh, never mind. I've got to go to New Orleans for Mardi Gras, says Marvin Hicks. Oh, do send us, Marvin, send us a little bit of video of Mardi Gras. I want to see you there going, hello, it's Marvin Hicks here. I'm at Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is great fun here in New Orleans. You should be here, Vobie. That's what I'd like to see, if that's all right with you. You can, of course, do it in a nice English accent, if you rather than my crass American one. I say, old chap, I'm at New Orleans, don't you know? I am actually here at the Mardi Gras. So you can do that. Dun 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 dee 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 da 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 dum bum bum. There we are. That's the Dam Busters. The other one was the 633 Squadron. Did anyone get that? The 633 Squadron, which I don't actually think the 633 Squadron had anything to do with the Spitfires, if I remember. I think it was to do with Lancasters. Can't remember. The one I love and I can't bring to mind is the Battle of Britain theme. Again, another Ron Goodwin one, although there is the Walton bit in the middle, which is fantastic piece of orchestration. But the Battle of Britain, bum bum ba 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 bum ba 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 bum ba ba bum ba ba bum. No, that's the 6-3 Squadron. I'll have to listen to it. Where are we? No, Dad's Army thing. Oh, come back, Dad's Army. No, it wasn't the Dad's Army. Who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler? When you say that England's done. We were playing. Lovely Julia popped round today for some lunch, and we got Joseph in front of the computer, and we had the Teddy Bear's Picnic on. If you go down in the woods today, you better go in disguise. If you go down in the woods today, you won't believe your eyes. Da 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 dum dee 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 diddly dee. Today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic. Dee dee picnic time for teddy bears. We also did the How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the waggly tail. How much is that doggy in the window? I do hope the dog is for sale. La 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 la. Anyway, it went on. And there was another one that we did, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, what was it? Julia, can you remember the first one I did? It was another oldie woldie, wasn't it? Oh yes. Run, rabbit, run, run, run. Don't let the farmer get you with his gun. Something like that. I know, run, rabbit, run, with his gun. Bang, bang, bang goes the farmer's gun. So run, rabbit, run, run. It's great fun. Great. I just love all that stuff. Button Moon would be a good one to show little Joseph. I don't know Button Moon. A Robin here would be wicked cool. I don't know what he's on about now. Sorry, I've missed a few things there. Mosquitoes. Oh, Patrick Rose is saying, but they mosquitoes, as in the Aces High. Aces High, great film. Aces High was also the name of a theme tune on the Battle of Britain. Aces High. Which was used, Ron Goodwin did it, they used it for the Germans, but then they've used this march as a sort of a good, I can't remember how the music goes now, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Ramiboo says, my mum used to sing the Doggy Song to me all the time when I was a little tiny little girl. Isn't that nice? How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the vicious teeth. How much is that doggy in the window? I want to shoot it, 'cause it's got my leg in its gob. Joe Merchant says, I believe he's gone mad. Yes, that's true. By the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen, by the end of the year, we were going to talk about, the funny thing is, we were going to talk about what happened in your life in the best things of 2019. We didn't get to that, did we? We didn't get to any of that. We were also going to talk about the predictions for the next coming year. So I think the lovely Julia and I will have to do that in the New Year's Day special. What's special about it is that we're doing it. So no egg soup, Julia. Shame. Spectacular. Must admit lots of side effects, says Robert Croser. Julia says she was pregnant. Give over. Yeah, drop it, Robert. Drop it. That's what I say. Don't be... We can, some of it we can lose. Come walk with me, says Button Moon, as in the show, full of kids like the Three Little Pigs. Oh, the Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, in the land of Dingley Dell, there were 3 little pigs. A little pig, a medium-sized pig, and a big fat porker who was ready to be shot. They took him to the slaughterhouse and they wrung his neck. Ring, 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 ring. Hello, neck here. Pig's neck. Hello, what can I do for you? Is that the main snorter? Yes, it is the main snorter. Would you like a snort? Yes, please. Righto. Anyway, children, time for bed. It is now the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. I feel that the tincture that I had earlier is really taking effect. Madness has overcome me. I should be dancing on the beach, standing on my hands. So if anybody would like to go and see that, go to a beach near you. Whichever beach, I will get round there. I shall walk round the coast of Britain on my hands Yes, it'll be a spectacle to be seen. And, of course, I must thank the Tea and Coffee Company for their wonderful present. There it is, the Christmas Fruit Zine, which has been absolutely fantastic. Do check them out at the Kent and Sussex Tea Company.
Hi, lad. It's all about the company here, you know.
Delicious. It's the company you keep that makes you a nice person. Robert says, better than a pickled egg. Come with me, says, my prediction in 2020 is it'll be just another year. That's very true. Marvin says, bring on the bacon. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We're going to bring on the bacon now. Do have a lovely new year. Happy New Year to you. Thank you very much for your support in 2019. See you in a couple of days when we will all be writing our cheques. Do you still write cheques? With 2020 on it, and we'll still be going, oh yeah, 2019. No, it's not 2019. No, I keep doing it. We're still making those silly mistakes until about July, whereupon we'll just get into what 2020 is about. Mandy of Marymac. Hello, Mandy of Marymac. She says, Richard, sometimes I wonder about you. Please stop pretend shooting dogs. I'm not really shooting dogs. It's just. They keep attacking my legs, you know. It's scary. My son was walking past the screen when you barked like a dog and nearly scared him out of his socks. What's your son's name?
Here, boy. Come here. Nothing to worry about.
Yes. Sorry, I'm going a bit bonkers. Happy New Year to you all. Lovely to see you. Thank you very much for coming along to the show. There's a Vobes, Bald Explorer rather, for tomorrow. I'm in the footsteps of the internationally known, famous Glenn Johnson tomorrow. So watch that. And I'll be back again soon. Take care, one and all. Thanks so much for watching. It is time for me to go. Goodbye, dears. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, dears.
Goodbye.
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 Goodbye.